Hey campers, it's Miss Carrie. Today we're gonna make indoor s'more sundaes. And there's lots of things that we're gonna use for this. Some of these things came in your box. Some of these things you went to buy yourself. So we're gonna be using graham crackers. We're gonna be using sugar. We're gonna be using some cinnamon. We're gonna be using some butter. We're going to be using some mini marshmallows. And lastly, but the most important, chocolate syrup. And then, I think I said vanilla ice cream, but if I didn't, vanilla ice cream, which of course is the perfect thing. So the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter and put it in a measuring glass or something that can go in the microwave. And we're gonna stick this in the microwave and we're going to melt this butter. So I'm just gonna step over here and melt my butter and then I'll be right back. Butter is melting. What we're going to do is we're going to take our graham crackers. We're gonna take about 5. There's nothing written in stone that it has to be 5. 5's a good number to do. But you're gonna take, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do 6 just to be safe. We're gonna oh, there's my butter. We're gonna take 6 graham crackers. Now you can do this a couple of ways. You can put these into a Ziploc bag and you can just crush them. That's a great way to do it. But the way I'm actually gonna do it is I'm gonna take my blender and I'm going to stick my graham crackers down in my blender. If you've got a food processor at your house, you could use that. But I want them to be very finely, like very fine so that I can use them to make a crust. So what I'm making is a graham cracker crust that I'm going to use with this. So I'm gonna go put my graham crackers in the blender and I'll be right back. So now I've taken my graham crackers and I've made them into a really fine, I don't know what we call that. They're really finely chopped up, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna take my graham crackers and I'm going to pour them into a bowl. And I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter and I'm gonna pour that in, it's melted. I did that at the very beginning. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar. Let me see how much cinnamon, let's see here. In cinnamon, we have a 1/2 teaspoon, so not a whole lot of cinnamon. And what we're basically doing is we are making a crust. So that butter's gonna pull together all of that other stuff, and you're just gonna stir it. It may take a few minutes to stir it. And if it doesn't seem to work well, what you can do is just add more butter to it. That's not gonna hurt anything at all. And that butter's just gonna help those crumbs and the other stuff hold together for your crust. But I'm just gonna keep mixing. We wanted to do this because we know that we love to do s'mores and we love being at camp where we can do s'mores, and I think we are one step closer. So I think doing this indoor s'more Sunday is a great way for us to be able to get s'mores in a different way. So I thought it might be kind of fun. So now what I'm gonna do is I've got a muffin tin and I just used a disposable tin. You probably got one at home. And I'm gonna put this in the tin, and it's probably easier to just use my fingers. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press it. And what I'm doing is I'm just making a crust for my sundaes. And I get most of my recipes off of like Food Network. This came off the Food Network. It's super, super easy. And I like to do them when they're easy like this, but super yummy. So again, all I'm doing right now is I'm just making a crust, and I'll show you in just a second what I'm doing. So if you can see that, I've just made a crust that's going to be the base for my s'more sundae. Okay. You can make them bigger, smaller. These are pretty small muffin tins, so yours, you know, you may want to make them a little bit bigger, but this is perfect. I've almost got exactly what I need. So now I've got the base of my s'more sundae. I've got my graham cracker crust. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my vanilla ice cream, and I'm basically going to put vanilla ice cream in each of these muffin tins. So I'm gonna let me take a bigger spoon. Everybody loves ice cream, so let's do a little bit. Well, not everybody, I guess, but I do. So I'm gonna take this ice cream, and I'm gonna put it on top of my graham cracker crust. Just sort of pat it down. You can do more, you can do less. This part, totally up to you. You want your ice cream to be pretty soft. It's not gonna be able to really work well if it's not soft. Another thing that you can do is you can grease your muffin tin. Just put a little bit of Pam or something on it, or a little bit of butter if you want to. That way, when you go to take these out, it's gonna be easier to take them out. And you notice I'm not being super precise with this. I just wanna get, oh, gracious me, that just broke. That's okay, we can still use it. I hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful week. We have had so much fun planning for virtual camp this year. So glad that we hopefully will see some of you maybe in July. Super excited about that. I know a lot of people are starting to get vaccinated, so that's exciting. More time together, I think, is what we all would love to have. So I'm putting my ice cream in. All right, so I've got my graham cracker crust, I've got my ice cream. I'm gonna put this to the side, my vanilla ice cream to the side, and I've got another step. And the next step is I'm going to take mini marshmallows, because what's a s'more without a good marshmallow? So I'm gonna take my marshmallows, and if you love marshmallows, you can put a lot of marshmallows. If you don't love marshmallows, don't put very many marshmallows, totally up to you. I like marshmallows. So we're just gonna put marshmallows on top of here. Let's just do 4. I'm doing this quickly. If you wanna make it look really pretty, you can do that. If I were doing it at my house, I might try to make sure that I had an ice cream scoop and made them look a little bit rounder, but I'm not too worried about it. Like a s'more, it doesn't matter what it looks like, it tastes good. So here we're gonna do this. And what do you think the last step's going to be? You are right, it is going to be our chocolate syrup. So we're gonna take our chocolate syrup, and we're going to now, I'm gonna tell you something that I actually think would be really good. I did not do this, but you know that Hershey's, like the shell stuff? I think if you put that on top of it, it would be amazing, but I just got regular chocolate syrup. So I'm just gonna take my chocolate syrup, and I'm just gonna do this. If you want more, you can do more. And these are my indoor s'more sundaes. The last step is I gotta put them in the freezer, and they have to stay in the freezer for about an hour to an hour and a half, and that will make them harder, and then when you bring them out, I think they'll be really yummy and fun to eat. So I hope you have fun. I hope you enjoy making these. I can't wait to see pictures of them, so make sure you send us pictures and let us know how you enjoyed it. Have a good day.